Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be transported to a place of controversy where you'll laugh and think and possibly learn something. It's time for the Marty and Mr. Bill Show.
Hey, Mr. Bill, how you doing today?
Hey, doing okay, man. Like I said, for those who don't know, we kind of been on a hiatus, which I guess I wonder if there's such a thing as a low-atus, man.
I got a low atus right now, man.
That's a low anus.
Oh, that's I was close, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, it's a close thing, man. Anyway, like I say, we kind of been not doing much since the election due to just everything, you know.
Well, there was no idea what was going to happen. We couldn't choose which way to go. Like I said, even though me and you.
Well, I knew which way to go. You know, everybody knows we were pushing for Big Daddy, but I sure as fuck didn't think he had a shot in hell, man.
He kept
king of the gaffes.
Yes, he kept putting his foot in the mouth, man.
And then he put his foot in his mouth so much that the motherfucker was walking on his head.
Captain, this
I know, man. It was terrible, man. But now, like I am
still loving though.
I'm completely impressed with Trump, though, that he actually has gained a little bit of political standing or ability going through all this. He's actually improved as he's went along.
And he will, man, because I guarantee you there's somebody sitting there going, Mr. President, you cannot call somebody a fuckhead.
You can't do that.
You just can't call him a fuckhead on national TV.
There are actual things you have
consequences for that, man. You will lose popularity. You're only at about 3 right now. You know? But now, I don't know what he's at, man.
The surprising thing, though, man, is Trump got a high electoral vote even after he said he was going to clean the swamp. A lot of them guys are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's the thing that cracks me up, because for those that don't know, the Electoral College is actually voted in by senators. They vote their own brethren in. And I don't know how they do it. It's kind of a closed vote type thing. And, you never hear who the electoral senators and such are, but they are political figures. I was under the impression that they were like doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs and shit, which would be good because that would show our commerce. But after I read up on it, they are strictly political figures that are appointed by their own state senatorial committee.
Right. You know, that we as the people voted in. You know.
Yes. Now I will be the first one to say, you know my feelings on this shit. I hated the fucking Electoral College because I thought that, the people vote and then the college votes the other way. Now, I got to admit, and I'll be honest, it worked to my favor this time. Big Daddy got in, and the votes aren't all counted. There was only 200,000, give or take, 250, 70,000, something like that, variances. At the popular vote at the time of the election. But they did say that in December they're going to come out with some shit, and I think we need to bring that out and let the people know once we have a solid thing. And that's why we're not going to quote now, because
we can't quote numbers.
We can't quote numbers. All we know is the electorals were stronger for Trump. He got better than 300, which is really good, and it was totally unfucking expected. I mean, I always said right from the get, just like you kind of did, man, and I'll let you talk. You know me, though, man. I've been, like, ranting on this motherfucker inside for
I tell you what, I know. I don't blame you, man.
I mean, like I said, Big Daddy, he made a lot of stupid fucking mistakes, and the thing that gets me, I mean, you think about it, and you would think I wouldn't be for the dude, because I'm still going to talk about his downside, I mean, he fucked with the Muslims, he fucked with the retirees, he fucked with the women, he fucked with the immigrants in general, he fucked with the Mexicans, I think he fucked with the handicapped, he fucked with
he made some little goofy gestures and shit about some guy.
Yeah, Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember. What the fuck, man? I mean, the point is, I hope and pray that he has the brains now and the people behind him and the temperament to know that you just can't say that shit to everybody, because without question, you're going to say it to the wrong person at the wrong time and cause an irreversible situation that could be somewhat catastrophic depending on who that person was. So he's got to learn, man. And that's where, we as the people, the ones that did vote him in, there's a lot of those protesting pricks that didn't vote him in, but we have got to understand too that he is the guy that has never had anybody say no to, probably. He's spoiled.
He's
Now,
always
what
been
he's got to
out for
learn how to be diplomatic and know that he's not going to get his own way, but be smart enough to figure out how to get the best bang for the buck for the people. Like you were saying about the car thing before we got on the air here, about the beast, about every new president gets a new car and shit. Now, I don't know for a fact on this, but I was told by somebody that Trump isn't taking a salary for his presidency. Now, I think that's really cool. But also, unless it's mandatory for some reason, paying $2 million for a new car for him for security when, as you said, the beast was
the most secure
the
car on the earth, man.
on the planet. I mean, so you renovate it, maybe tweak it, get rid of the patchouli oil that's in it or whatever. But nonetheless, I would have thought that he would do that. But maybe he figures he's not going to do everything. But
Well,
the thing is,
I honestly
go ahead.
believe, though, man, that has nothing to do with Trump. I believe that that's just something they automatically do. I think that's just part of the deal. They just build
Well,
it
yeah, you're
up.
probably.
Like every president seems to get one. Reagan had one, Kennedy had one, Clinton's had one. Everybody got a new car when they came into presidency.
At least we get a cool one, man. They put his ass in like the Pope mobile, and that bitch goes down the road in a fucking
I've
fishbowl.
already seen the car. It's a custom Cadillac, man. It's like a semi-stretched limo with extra room. They seat like four Secret Service guys in there along with him and his old lady, so he's got protection. And they got everything in that sucker, man. They got a little cache of weapons. They've got riot guns stuck in each back door and stuff right next to the Secret Service guys.
Oh, well, you get to figure they would, man. Probably oil slicks and
It has built in the trunk. Not only does it have a smoke screen, it also has flares for any missiles.
Oh yeah,
it can shoot
yeah,
flares.
just like Air Force One, man. I was just getting ready to say it's got to have some kind of heat diverter stuff, and it can take a landmine, and I mean it's a bad Mohican. I wouldn't mind owning it, but I think probably gets 1 mile to the tank of gas. So man, because I think probably weighs like 10,000 pounds or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's close. I think it's 11 or 12,000 pound vehicle.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man, because that thing is serious plated. There's no question. Run flat tires, the whole 9 yards.
Well, hell, the doors are about fucking foot thick. I mean,
even the engine's basically secure secret. That bitch has probably got so much plating around it because you wouldn't want to see a bullet go through and stop the engine, then you'd be fucked. So
like everything on that sucker is secured, man. Like you said,
I'm surprised that they don't build one that doesn't have a backup engine, like built in the trunk or something.
It could have a secondary drive.
Electric or something in case they can switch over to electric if they have to or something.
But they've got so much plating built into that thing, and everything's like connected, so it's like one solid chunk of steel. They've got they got solid push rods in the front, and the bumper keeps the bumper from crushing. They got a big.
Yeah, there was a thing back in the day, a couple 3 or 4 years back or whatever. Obama bottomed out with the beast, and that actually made the news, man. I don't understand, but they were just talking about how he had to get out of an area, and and the angle wasn't right, and the beast was heavy and shit, and it went down in that little dip, and scratched the bottom of the car or some shit. I don't know. But
I'll tell you what.
anyway, back to the Trump thing, man.
Well, the fact that he got in there pleased a lot of real people. I mean, a lot of the goofy people that are out there protesting. It's a lot. Half of that shit is actually being paid. They got people that admitted it that George Soros paid them to riot.
Oh yeah, there was some stuff I saw on YouTube where it showed him getting the buses ready for the protesters to go in there to riot.
Yep.
Did you know also in I think it was Portland where Trump unsupporters were rioting and they arrested some of them. They found that virtually I don't know about I won't say that all of them, but a very great percentage, possibly all of them, were not did not vote for Trump, and were not were not registered to vote. That's what it was exactly. They did not vote at all, and they were not even registered to vote.
But
They're just there. They're professional protesters.
That's all they do. Yeah, none of that shit.
Like
I mean,
fucking Al Sharpton.
I'm sure some of it was actual protest, but most of it was just people protesting because they were told to or they were paid to do it.
It's their gig. It's like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. You know, those bitches are interchangeable. They look for something because otherwise they don't have a gig in life. You know, if they can't go ride on somebody's coattails of a bad problem, you know, black related, and it doesn't matter what it is. You know, those son of bitches will be out there. You know, I mean, but we're gonna get talking about race here, and we don't need to. But as far as I will say, most of the people who were protesting were youngsters. Now, by that I mean anywhere from 18 to 30.
And they think they understand, and they don't understand what's going on. You know?
Well, what amazes me is how they can sit there. I mean, granted, Trump ain't perfect, but the thing is, Hillary is a known felonious criminal. So is her husband.
They have killed more people, you know, than anybody else, man, and got away with it. You know?
Yeah, how they do, I don't know, but I mean, they'd have to kill half the internet right now because everybody's pretty much put it out there, and you'd have to be brain dead or not be on the internet to not know. But I guess there's a lot of them that I guess you'd call them brain dead because they still seem to think that she was the new anointed one, Messiah, whatever you want to call her. And the sad part would have been, you know, there was talk of her appointing Bill as ambassador to the United Nations. That would have been terrible to give him that kind of power. And the fact that they still have, I mean, what gets me is you've got all of these people thinking they're great. And yet, how many fucking things did she get herself into just as the Secretary of State?
Right.
I mean, it wasn't one or two or three things. It was every other fucking week. And people don't remember when Clinton was president, it was like that too. The only people that really benefited were the fucking comedians because he gave them 8 years worth of dialect to fuck with. I mean, every week there was something going on with Whitewater, which was the realty company, and Webb Hubble, and fucking
Monica Lewinsky.
Lewinsky, well, and he was messing with Mondale's daughter too at the time, Walter Mondale's daughter. I think she might have been married. I'm not sure. And Clinton sure was. And he disgraced the Oval Office. I think if Reagan had been alive, Reagan would have went in there and whipped his ass with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah, because Reagan,
just for disrespecting the office. Reagan, bless his heart, the man would not go in that office without wearing a tie and a suit, and that stayed on him the whole day.
Reagan was a 100% true patriot, man.
Yes, he was.
You know, I mean, it was all the way.
And then everybody, like I said, oh, Clinton balanced the budget. Bullshit. He got the credit for trickle-down economics that Reagan started that showed up positive in Clinton's administration.
The Clinton administration did absolutely nothing. You know?
No, and they also, like I said, people don't realize that, you know, Clinton let bin Laden sneak through 2 or 3 times, could have killed him. Didn't one time because the prince from the United Arab Emirates was within collateral damage range. They could have hit him with a drone strike, but they didn't.
Well,
And
yeah.
then look what happened. Look what happened. We let a prince live, and 3,000, 4,000 of our people died, plus the war people.
Well, and Bin Laden actually fucking became a problem because we went in there and took out Gaddafi and Saddam. You know, if we hadn't took those guys out, a lot of that shit never would have happened because they were keeping those guys under their thumb. You know, they couldn't do anything because the motherfuckers they had more power than he did. You know.
Well, I saw an article where Saddam talked to somebody because he didn't speak English; they had to interpret. But they asked him why he was so brutal and shit, and he said in about 3 words: "It was necessary."
That's right, man.
When you're dealing with cutthroat son of a bitches that will stab their wife in the tit because she showed too much of it to a dude by accident.
Right.
You've got to deal with those fuckers on a different level. I mean, I hate to say it, but I understand Saddam's logic. You can't be a pussy when you're in. Let's put it this way: you can't be the little teeny weeny rat when you're in a den of snakes.
That's right. Hey, Mr. Bill,
you've got to be a rat that eats the motherfucking snake.
I hate to do this, man, but you got to pause this for a second, and then edit this out. But give me a
I just edited it out.
Okay, give me a second, man. I'll be right back. No, I have an emergency situation here.
That's all right, man. It'd be easier for me to cut it out than to stop it and start it.
All right, I'll be right back.
Well, folks, I don't know. I might just decide to keep this son of a gun in here at this moment while Mr. Marty is off in emergency land. And I can honestly say that when it comes to Trump, I really think he was our best choice. The man, without question, is going to make mistakes. He may not be able to do everything he said, because as you may or may not know, it requires congressional approval for a lot of stuff. But I think he is going to do what he says he can do, what he's allowed to do. I think he really wants to make a difference. If for no other reason, I've said this before, simply because he does not want to look like a failure. And, he won, not necessarily because all of the people wanted him to win, but because the people within the political arena wanted him to win. Or perhaps did not want Hillary to win, which should surprise a lot of you people and a lot of you naysayers, because simply put, she was voted out by the people that she's been constituents with for over 30 years. So what does that tell you? Simply put, once again, I think we got the person that was best suited for the job. I voted for Ross Perot back when Clinton was running. And Clinton basically kind of cooled his way into it. But Mr. Marty is back now. We're going to go ahead and leave that sucker going, man. I just decided to rant for a second while you were gone, so we're just going to leave it in.
All right.
Which is more than you did.
That's right. I could not. It's early in the morning, man. I just had my third cup of coffee and everything was rolling. I had to go.
Yeah. Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right. Well, like I said, man, I was just talking about Ross Perot. Actually, it's a shame that little bastard didn't stay in because
I loved
like
Ross.
I said,
I loved Ross Perot, man.
H was pretty cool, man. But he had some issues. I remember he's talking about how Bush Sr. had threatened his daughter's wedding day and all kinds of shit, and that's like he was in, then he was out, then he was in again, then he said, fuck it, and that pissed me off because I am not the super political guy. I have voted a total, and people might be surprised, maybe not, 3 times in my entire life. I voted for H. Ross Perot. I voted for Mitt Romney against Obama 4 years ago. And I voted for Big Daddy. And that's it. And the fucked up part about it, man, I've been called for jury duty like 7 times, 6 times or some shit. And that's a whole nother story, but, I go in there and I basically tell them I don't believe in the system, which I don't, man. It's a fucked up, flawed system. And, and then it was a DUI thing one time, and I told them, I says, I'll tell you straight up. I said, I don't drink now or anything, but I said, I can't go ahead and sit unbiased and rule against or for a guy when I've done the same thing and just didn't happen to get caught.
That's right,
And
man.
I said, and there's a lot of people in this courtroom, if they were honest, would say the same thing. So I said, I'm going to have to tell you that I don't want to get caught up in this. And I got recused, and then, or challenged is the word. And I got my stinking $15, and I was home by 12:30. You know, it's usually a half a day screwed up though. You've got to go down there and get in your pool of your people and shit, and then you go and. But anyway, it's fucked up.
Well,
But, you know, like I say, for my patriotism, I got jury duty and, you know, 15 stinking dollars, you know, for going, which I try to get out of it too, man. And I postpone and shit. They don't let you, man. You still got to fucking eventually go down there. So you might just as well do it on a convenient day, get it done. I mean, it would be interesting in a way, but it's just not really what I consider a jury of your peers.
yeah,
You know, if it was, like if I had a jury of my peers and I was in on a weed charge, ain't no way I'm found guilty. I don't care if I get caught with 25 pounds in my ass. You know, they're still going to say, no, man, fuck, you ain't guilty of no shit, motherfucker, you know?
That's right. Well,
So, and that's a jury of your peers, man.
Yeah,
you know?
they're never gonna. It's never gonna be like that. But what we got to figure, we got to on the fucking election shit though, man. We got we got sidetracked there into
Yes, we
jury
did.
duty,
Which
into
is what
jury
I do.
duties, which had
I
nothing to
do
do
it
with
well.
what we were talking about.
Hey, man, I am the sidetracking motherfucker. Everyone that watches our shit knows that, man.
They'll say,
Sorry, man.
what the fuck? What were they talking about? What they talking about? Political shit?
Well, you're the one that has to bring us back, because you know me.
But-
5 minutes from now, I'd have been talking about cooties when I was 7.
But I'm having a real issue with all this rioting and protesting and shit that's still going on. It hasn't stopped. Okay.
No, it's ridiculous, man. It's an excuse for them to steal shit and break stuff.
Like I said, pull your fucking panties up and just fucking realize Trump is going to be the president. Anything you fucking do, complain, whine about, protest about, it ain't gonna make a fucking bit of difference.
Not only that, but you're still running around with a "Not My President" fucking sign, thinking you're cool. What you really look like is a communist.
Yeah, he is your president, and if you don't want him to be your president, get the fuck out of the country.
That's right, man. Go to Thailand like we were going to go if he wasn't our president.
If Hillary became president, me and Mr. Bill would be doing this from Thailand because we were out of here.
Man. That's right, man. I would eat rice, man. I mean, there's no fucking way, man. I mean, deal with it, people. You know, he's our bad motherfucking president for a minimum 4, probably 8 years. And the thing is, you know, we've got the Senate, we've got the House of Reps, we've got Congress, we got the fucking presidency. Fuck the Democrats.
That's right, man. And I'd like to challenge all these fuckers out there, all these superstars and movie stars and singers and all that shit that's backing Hillary Clinton that stepped up and said, we're going to leave the country if Trump becomes president. Okay, me and Bill, we would have left the country. You need to fucking leave the country.
That's right. Fuck you, Cher.
Yeah, you said you're going to.
You Jupiter living fucking whore. Get on the next planet, the next fucking missile to Jupiter, you fucking...
That's right. If you guys are going to step up and try to say, I'm going to leave if Trump wins, okay, Trump won. Get the fuck out. You know? Get out of here.
I know, man. You believe it? I actually saw a tweet from Kunal Nair, the Koothrappali on the Big Bang Theory. He actually tweeted, he goes, for the first time in 20 years, I feel terrified. I'm like, motherfucker, you got millions of dollars, you piece of shit. I mean, I love your show and I love you, but I hate your fucking viewpoints. You're rich, motherfucker. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's going nowhere. That motherfucker's got
fucking Rodeo Drive to spend $10 on a fucking cup of coffee because you got that much fucking money. You ain't going anywhere, you know? You fucking self-centered piece of shit. I love you, but fuck you.
I know. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I do believe that everybody that tried to use that little power play, I'm going to leave if Trump becomes president, they need to go ahead and leave. You know?
Yeah, they do, man. You know, and what gets me, I mean, even DiCaprio, man. I mean, I love his acting, but, you know, Leonardo, that motherfucker, he was one of those guys, too. De Niro, that piece of shit. I mean, he called Trump everything but a child of God, man.
I guess Trump fucking put it on him, man. Fucking,
he should have, fucking idiot. Who the fuck do you think he is?
I ain't seen it
He's
yet.
De Niro, yeah, but still, you know.
I heard that Trump responded to him, man. And
He should have, man. That was fucking low keyed, man. That was about as vulgar as I could get. And I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm not doing it because I think it's a necessary thing to do. I like to cuss. Everybody knows that. But it's just that, I mean, he was rude as shit, man. Calling him a dog, a piece of shit. Fuck him. Fuck De Niro.
like De Niro's any fucking better. De Niro ain't nothing, man. I mean, he's a great actor. Okay, give the guy what he
You
deserves.
didn't see Joe Pesci get out there. Everybody thinks Joe Pesci would have been right there beside him calling him a piece of shit. Pesci had enough class not to fucking do it.
That's right, man. Because I mean, why would you even put yourself in that position, especially being where he is in society? Why would he put himself in that position?
Man, he's right there in Tribeca. He's right there in New York and everything, man. That son of a bitch. I love De Niro too, man. Everything he's ever done, but fuck, you sons of bitches, man. Why do you got to be so stupid and boisterous about shit? What gets me is, I mean, I know they're Republican, celebrities too. Like, I mean, the one that comes to my mind is Clint Eastwood, right off the get, which is a very, very, very staunch Republican.
I
But
love him.
But I actually Googled. I don't even. This is what gets me, man. The Democrat, they may not even know these celebrities, but I actually Googled why are so many celebrities Democratic, and all it said was social freedom. Now, what the fuck is that? Socialism? They believe in socialism?
Well, of course
That's fucked up. No, they believe in capitalism. I guarantee you that.
Well,
You think
yeah.
one of those motherfucking son of a bitches is going to say, you think DiCaprio would say, well, okay, I'll go do this fucking feature movie, but I only get as much as the other motherfucker that just did this other movie, even though he just started being an actor a month and a half ago. I can't get $40 million like I should get, like I was getting. I got to get $185,000.
Right.
That's fucking socialism.
And
Everybody gets the same.
that is exactly what the Democratic fucking politics was pushing for.
Yes,
They were
and that's the thing.
They're pushing for socialism, social fucking medicines, everything, man. And who was going to pay for that? We were,
Yeah, and them a little bit.
Yeah, them a little
But
bit.
the thing is, the motherfuckers want socialism, but not for them. They'll be okay for the rest of the people because somehow, I haven't quite figured it out, but somehow it benefits them somewhere. But yet they like I said, they're not gonna go do that fucking $40 million film or that one night comedy stand or whatever or share out there. If I could turn back time, I wouldn't be an ugly fucking whore. I mean, she can't do that shit. She's got to sit back and fucking still ask for $18 billion so she can come out there and say, top that, bitches. Fuck her.
And
fuck them all.
Cher ain't nothing, man. I mean, I give the girl credit for some of her accomplishments and shit, And then she has went through a long, hard life, and she's fought through it. And she's done great, but some of her opinions and views and values and shit, I do not agree with.
Well, I don't either, man. I mean, I could make some stupid, fucked up joke about Chaz, her fucking hermaphroditic child, but he's just got he, whatever, he, I guess, give him props. He's definitely, that's a strange move to make, and I mean,
but it's his choice,
It's his choice, yeah. Like I wonder if she how she feels about that. Was that a fucked up mess, See, that's the thing. It's like when it's in your own camp, it's a different set of rules.
Now she actually supported him,
Yeah, she did. But I guarantee you, if she hadn't had a gender specific change, whatever, transgender child, and you caught Cher being honest, I bet my ass that bitch would say that shit is against God, man. I bet you, and I think, hey, my outlook on it is, if your brain says that shit and you're willing to get your weenie filleted or cut off or whatever, or you're willing to, get your pussy turned into a weenie. I mean, if you're willing to go that much because of a theory you have, hey, I'm gonna stand behind you, man. I figure if you're gonna deal with that much pain to get a penectomy or a puss to weenie transformation.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever it's called.
yeah, whatever it's called, man, a de-vaginal scenario, or I don't know how you want to call it technically. I call it painful motherfucking decision.
That's right, man. You know that shit has to
And
hurt for a long time
oh yeah,
afterwards.
man, there's a fucking town out in Texas, man. It's like called Peenville or something, man. It ain't really, but it should be. You know, they Painville. They motherfucking go in there and that's all they do, man. Is they do like penis attachments and vagina reconstruction. And you imagine that though, man. I'd hate to be. I mean, the doctor probably make a ton of money, but
Fuck yeah, man. I
just
don't like.
imagine all day long, man. You're cutting off dicks. I mean, it's like what the fuck, man. I
But,
think that'd be like when I worked in the poultry factory, man. That was fucked up too. But cutting off dicks would be worse, I think. Even though I'd get a lot of money for it, you know.
but
And if, the funny thing, what happens if they make a mistake, man? They still got like dick workman's comp or something. Where I'm sorry, man, I cut too much of your dick off. You know, I had to. You know, you were 12 inches, now you're 3.
no. Well,
I don't know, man.
Well, now back to the subject.
Yeah, man.
Good, man. We got to throw a little extra in there every once in a while because this is our opinions. This is
It
just
is my way.
me and you talking crazy shit, you know. But
Yeah, I know, man.
and that's what the whole thing
Brings me back to reality.
Yeah, the whole premise of our fucking our thing here is just two guys really talking, you know, and then that's what we're doing.
Yes,
Really
talking profane. That's
Yeah.
what we should do. It should be two guys talking profane, or one guy talking profane and one guy going, "Mr. Bill."
We got we got to stop this, man. But I do believe that if we go ahead and as a country, we need to support our president. He is our president. I don't care if you're
Yes,
a
he is.
Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, whatever the hell you are. At this point,
Sexagenarian, fucktarian, doesn't matter.
yeah, right now, he's our president. You have to support our president. If you don't want to support our president, I mean, you don't have to be here. You don't have to. You know, we as a country, unlike other countries, we will not force you to stay here.
Now, I will admit, although I didn't go out and riot about it and shit, but I really haven't been cool with Obama. Obamies did not do me good, you know, and I did not like the man. I don't like anything about the motherfucker. I mean,
But we supported him as our president.
well, I didn't have a choice, man.
Yeah,
You
well, I
know,
mean,
that's the point.
you
That's what
don't-
people need to realize. We didn't
Yeah,
have a
you don't
fucking
have a
choice, man.
Oh yeah, you don't have that choice. He's the president. He is the president. I did not like Obama at all. But
Neither did I.
you didn't see me out there throwing shit through windows or burning down houses or nothing. You know.
Well, and that's the fucked up part. Usually, you know, I hate to say this, but usually you can blame the blacks for that. But do you have somebody there?
Yeah. Yeah, my kid just got here, man.
Okay, well, we can wrap this up.
But I do think though, I mean, we've got to people out there, and I want to really stress this, that all you Democrats out there, everybody that's pissed off about this, okay, you know, change your fucking dirty panties, pull them up, and support your president. You know,
That's it, man.
I mean, we
Get over it. Just
get
get over it.
Yeah, just get over it, man. He is the president. He's gonna be the president, no matter what you burn down, what you tear up, what you destroy. And 90% of this is the people destroying shit in their own neighborhoods. You know?
Well, that's the thing, man. And it's
gotta
not just the
stop.
blacks, man. It was the white people, too. That's what's fucked up. Usually, I was getting ready to say, usually it's more of a race thing. It's usually the blacks destroying shit. But there's a lot of white people in there, too. But they, again, that 18 to 30 demographic.
Yep.
And, you know, you're not accomplishing anything. If you guys are physics majors, just go A plus B equals C. Hillary plus Trump equals Trump trumped Hillary.
That's right. And that's all. That's bottom line. Trump.
That's the bottom fucking line. She was trumped.
That's right, man. And then just let it go. We've got a guy that's going to, and no matter how you look at it, and I don't care what Trump does, he's going to make some major changes in America. I can't honestly say how it's all going to bottom line out. I don't know. None of us do. But we know it's going to be, we know it's going to be a real change, a change that Obama promised us and never gave us.
Not even a piece of it.
Not even a piece of it. They did not help people at all. They did not improve our economy. Actually, Obama destroyed our economy.
I would say change should have been called destruction.
Yeah, it should have been a destruction. We're going to destroy America because that's exactly what the Democrats did. They destroyed America for the last 8 years. We're in a big hole. We're hurting. We are hemorrhaging money like crazy. And Trump is the guy to go in there and plug that hole.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I believe he can do it.
I think he can too. I'm not sure it's not going to cause some conflicts, because I know China's already pissed off because he said he's talking about sticking a 45% tariff tax on everything they send in the country.
Those fucking slant heads do it to us.
That's true. And China is fucking already come unglued, bitching about the fact that he said that.
Come unglued because they use cheap glue in China.
That's right, man. But I think I want anybody, man. We would really love your views, your opinions, anything you think about this. I don't care if you want to call us up or if you want to put down in the comments that you're a Democrat and we're an asshole and you hate us. Fine, put it in there.
It's okay. You're entitled to your fucked up opinion, but nonetheless,
we
can have it.
We're good with that. We won't agree with you. There's a lot of people we will never agree with. But that doesn't mean you don't have
the democratic thing is the right thing. I mean, democratic stuff is the right thing. Democracy is the right thing. But the Democrats are not fucking Democrats. They're socialists.
But
they're hiding under the Democratic moniker, but they are not Democrats. They are fucking socialists.
And the people do not realize this.
Well, like I've said before, the whole thing is simply put, they take money from the rich and anybody they can get it from. They set programs up for the indigent and the not so good doing people and just people that qualify. And they get them a little bit of this and they don't have to do hardly anything for it. And they get a little bit of money and food stamps and shit, and that guarantees their vote, which secures the Democrats. It's a vicious cycle of recession and repression.
Well, I mean, me and you both know, and a lot of people don't remember this, and they can look it up. Johnson, he was a Democrat, but he was a Democrat that actually honestly spoke how Democrats think.
Yes, he did.
His whole idea, he come right out and said, it's a quote you can look up in history about the blacks. He called them uppity niggers.
Yes, he did. Uppity niggers, man. That's a sad demographic for a president. But
a presidential quote. He said, "We will give them a little, just enough, and we'll keep them guys voting Democratic for 150 years."
Yeah, he said those uppity niggers, we'll just give them enough, and that's exactly pretty much the quote. But then Johnson was also the motherfucker that showed you his gallbladder scar and his gallstones and everything. Like the country wanted to see those. And he did not run for office after that deal. He never ran for re-election.
Well, but see, that's just it, man. That was the true Democrats, right there.
Yeah, they were. He was a vicious thug, but he was honest about it.
He was honest about it. That's what the Democrats are. They got all these people out there talking about all the good things that Hillary would have done for Hillary wouldn't have done shit for you. The Democrats.
Hillary hasn't done shit in 30 years other than scandals.
That's right. She had every opportunity to help the blacks, to help everybody. She never did shit.
Like she said, my good friend Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. Hell, 8 years ago, she wasn't qualified to get scraped off the bottom of Clinton's fucking shoe.
That's right. But now she's a big time supporter of Hillary, and she's important.
Yeah, I know, man. It just proves that all the things that that Trump wasn't guilty of is they fucking lie. I mean, he's being forced now to talk to Mitt and all these other people, and in his mind, when he did that interview for that hour and a half with Obama, man, those two, that's like putting fucking mongoose and a snake in the fucking room and saying you guys can't kill or hurt each other. Neither one of them wanted to be in that room. And if Trump is a little bit intimidated, that's understandable because Obama's got 8 years of being in there. So if Trump can work Obama, make that motherfucker, and he's got the advantage because you can see if he plays him and he gets this, hey man, maybe I won't fuck Obamacare up as bad as I'm planning on doing it if you give me a little heads up and a little hand off here and help me out on some of this shit, and still fuck Obamacare up probably, but get Obama to help him out a little bit like he should. Even if he fucks Obamacare.
Now, that's one thing you got to do. You got to give Obama credit for being political.
He's
He
tenacious.
he looked political. He talked political. He was a well-spoken guy, you know, and he,
Kind of
yeah,
well spoken.
kind
He's
of
still
well.
he's like he would say kinda, and we're gonna,
Yeah,
not we're going to. Now Reagan would say we're going to. He was pronounced correctly. He had great diction, whereas Obama and Clinton and Bush, especially Bush, their diction is very poor. All
well,
three of them.
and actually, Trump, as intelligent as Trump is and as educated as he is, he does say some weird shit. He doesn't say it right.
He has a tendency to say things twice.
Right.
Now you know what that comes from though? That comes from being a CEO and him wanting to make sure that everybody knows what the fuck he wants done. That's exactly why it is.
But he's always been a great CEO. You know? And even though everybody talks about, well, he went bankrupt. Yeah, okay, he went bankrupt. But how many people do you know that could go bankrupt, bottom line, as hard as he did, and come back up to where he's at?
Yeah, 4 times he did, actually.
That's right, man. So guess what, man? If he could do that, he could do it for our country. You know?
I would think so. Well, listen, I know you got a rock, and we probably went long on this anyway, so maybe...
we did. We do have to cut it down, but we want to make sure people they leave their comments, they tell us their views and how they feel about everything. Subscribe to us, please. Punch that like button. You know, I mean, we
doesn't take long, man. You just got to put an email in there. It's easy.
And if you can, share this with all your friends. So I mean,
please,
Facebook, Twitter, whatever, put it out there for us. You know, help us grow and help people get the information out there.
Yeah, because we're going to do this shit whether you guys watch it or not, but we would kind of like you to watch it, and it's not, then it's not all for naught, and there's a lot of information here. We are biased, but we tell you what we think. You don't have to believe it. You just got to listen to it.
And once again, I want to encourage everybody that heard all these stars say they're going to leave the country, tell them to leave the country.
Adios, motherfuckers.
I mean, if you're going to say something, it's like me. I have to do what I say. You know.
Hey man, I looked at. I mean, I know what the bot was to the U.S. dollar and shit, and Phuket and a few places, man. I mean, I did my research, man. I was really thinking about saying goodbye to this motherfucker.
Right, man. If Hillary would have won, man, that would have been the only thing me and you, the only thing we could have done and been happy is leave. You know.
That's it.
But we gotta let this go. I got my child waiting for me, and I haven't seen him in a while. Although he's a grown man, I still like to see my kid every once in a while.
kind of cool when you say stuff once in a while. Like when you said child, man, it was like it auto-tuned it. but it was this, we have to explain. We're putting this out because we are right now. We have a little internet connection issue, and we're getting as much power as we can. But we will have more soon, and we'll be up and running again.
And I'm sitting in a extremely cold, snowy, nasty ass place, and Mr. Bill's in sunny fucking Florida.
Yes, that's why I'm here, man.
we are on 2 different coastlines here, man.
Yes, we are, but nonetheless, technology has brought us together.
That's right.
So, on that note, let's call it a wrap, and we will talk to you folks in the very near future. And on that note, you just have yourself a great time.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.